Today I'm here with Shelly and Edge, who is the executive director over at Girls Rock Birmingham, and she's also one of our rock star patrons. Who I see you like maybe once a week. We always love seeing you here with your daughter. So welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk with you.
Awesome. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about yourself, like if you're from Alabama, and a little bit about Girls Rock Birmingham and what you're doing over there.
Awesome. Yes. So I am from Birmingham originally. And with Girls Rock Birmingham, we are a nonprofit that primarily serves girls ages 10 to 16. We are entering I think this is our sixth year.
Oh, wow.
Um, we are, and we tend to grow a little bit every year. Um, we have had great community engagement and lots of community support that we're very thankful for. Basically, what we do is we take our campers and within the span of about a week, we turn them into, or we help them realize the rock stars they already are. We get them up on stage. We teach them how to play an instrument, whether or not they've ever touched an instrument before. By the end of the week, they are rocking out on stage and performing an original song with their band that they've written together.
That's so cool. So when they come to the camp, do they group up and how is that done? Do they get to decide what kind of band, like whose band they're in, or do you kind of just organically put them in groups?
Yeah, so when we meet in person, we tend to group them together based on age and experience level and their interests. We take all that into account. We have a whole group of people who work to make sure that all our campers are put in the perfect places with the perfect band and the perfect band coaches. Those are our adults who help them out. And then they all get to decide for themselves as a group. They learn a whole lot about collaboration during the week. It is an interesting process. It's not easy to put a group of people, some of them might not know each other, to put them all together and ask them to do this huge project together. But they collaborate together. They come up with, whatever genre they want to perform. They write the song together
Oh,
from
wow.
the melody, the lyrics, the chords, everything, and then they put together their performance, every aspect of that. And then by the end of the week, they get to perform it in a big rock star showcase. And this year we will be online again, but we're hoping next year to be back in person so that they can perform in those showcases.
That's so cool. So, like, what kind of, I'm sure just like, with a lot of people or most of the world, we've all faced different challenges with COVID and had to learn how to communicate differently. So, how is the camp run virtually? You did it last year virtually as well. So, I was wondering, did you come across any hiccups? Like, what were the pros and cons of that?
Yes. Honestly, I was, I think like most people, a little intimidated maybe is the right adjective, going into trying to do something like that online. But we have such an amazing team that, it really exceeded all of my expectations. We had and will have an amazing website, chock full of resources. Almost all of our instructors are professional musicians, performing musicians, and the vast majority of them are from right here in Birmingham. And so some of them sent in videos, some of them worked live with our girls, most of them worked live with our girls as band coaches and as instructors and workshop leaders. And so we were able to translate all of those things that we normally do in person to a virtual environment, through online meetings and small groups, and as well as allowing them some time to go through resources on their own. And they had a little bit more time on their own through the virtual camp, which, I think really appealed to a lot of our maybe
Right.
more introverted campers to get that opportunity to go at their own pace.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I always love seeing videos, like in the last few years of Girls Rock Birmingham, from the camp of just the girls look so happy and just to have something like that during the summer is I just think is so great. I'm kind of jealous. I wish that I had had that when I was a kid. Um,
Yes, you.
I want I wanted to ask you, like, how did Girls Rock like start? Were you one of the founding creators of the program?
I was here in Birmingham, but the idea, is not original to us. I should know the history a little bit better, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. The first camp, I believe, was in Portland, Oregon, maybe about 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
And it is now an international movement. I believe that we are on every continent except Antarctica. Um,
Wow. That's
when I say
amazing.
that, it is. And when I say that at camp, I have one camper who has regularly said, well, I'm going to make it happen on Antarctica.
That's amazing.
That's what she wants.
That's
But,
amazing.
yes, but a friend brought the idea to me, and we have loved, I have loved being able to work with the greater organization and bring it here to Birmingham.
That's so cool. And so are you personally, like, are you also a musician? Or what I see a piano in the background, a keyboard. Is that yours?
Yeah. So my background is most of my training is more classical. I sang opera until a few years ago. So it was a little bit of a departure going to rock, but I was raised with, my dad being in a band, and definitely had that part of my musical background as well. So I've had a lot of fun learning more about rock along with the girls.
That's amazing. I had no idea that awesome tidbit about you. This one of the reasons I love doing these is because selfishly I get to learn about the people I interview more, and so thank you again for joining me for this. And I want to just kind of segue into another section of talking about you and what you're doing during COVID, and like how you're staying sane these days. So, so how are you doing? And have you picked up any hobbies of self-care, or what kinds of books are you reading these days?
Yes. So I one thing that's kind of surprised me during COVID is I've gotten really interested in trying art, which outside of music and acting and performing arts is not really something that I had ever done before since I was, in an elementary school art class. So I've gotten into hand lettering and some watercoloring, and it's been surprising and to try something new like that. And it's also been really fun.
A pretty obvious question, but what do you think the importance of having music in a young child's life does for that child? And how do you think, you know, this may be obvious, how Girls Rock Birmingham fits into that?
Yes. So there's one story I always like to tell about our first year of camp and watching the impact that camp had on this one particular camper. She came in very shy, very timid and apprehensive, and didn't talk very much to anyone, very introverted. And, we spent most of the week trying to draw her out a little bit, and throughout the week, we offer our campers opportunities to perform, opportunities to share of themselves in a safe space, maybe in ways that they haven't had in other areas of their lives. And really, the transformation that we saw in her throughout the week was, nothing short of miraculous. It was incredible. By the end of the week, she was talking to all of her bandmates. She was talking to band coaches and instructors, and she got up on stage and looked like a rock star and performed. And we heard from her parents later about the transformation that happened and how it continued and how it translated to other areas of her life. Just going back to school that fall, she was more confident and, made friends more easily, was more willing to try new things. And just thinking about that transformation. And, you know, that's just one story. It happens for
Right.
a lot of our campers. We use music as the tool, but our end goal is to empower our campers and give them confidence that they can take throughout their lives outside of camp.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, it sounds like it's life changing for these girls. And again, I'm very jealous. I did not have anything like this as a kid, and it sounds like me. I was very shy at school, and then I'd be like a big chattermouth at home. Um, and so, are there? How would if somebody wants to like get involved in volunteering? Like how would someone get involved with volunteering with Girls Rock?
Yes, we are always looking for help, for support from our community. They can go to our website. That's girlsrockbham.org, and there is a sign up sheet there. Also, as we get closer to camp this year, we're going to be holding some online recruiting sessions, where almost like an open house, where folks can stop by and ask questions, find out a little bit about camp and what they might be able to help with. The great thing is you don't really have to have musical experience to fill most of the roles at camp. You just have to, you know, care about campers and be willing and able to help support our campers.
Well, I look forward to checking that out personally. I don't have any musical experience, but I'm a great lover of music, and I'm all about empowering strong women and girls. Um, so I know that you're an avid reader because you check out a lot of books here, which we love. And I was wondering if you would like to share like some of the cool things that you've been reading these days.
Yes, you know, I meant to think about this ahead of time and I really didn't.
It's hard. It's hard to limit it.
I just started a book that I got from the library. It is, I'm going to have to look at it to make sure that I have the title right, but it's Alicia's newest book. And I am enjoying it. I really love biographies and memoirs. I like lots of things, but that's one way that I really like to learn about a lot of musicians in particular. It's More of Myself, A Journey by Alicia Keys is the book that I just started and I'm really enjoying. But I also love historical fiction, lots of fiction, and magical realism is
Oh
a favorite
yeah.
genre.
You're my kind of reader. If you ever want to start a book group, a virtual book group, let me know.
Yes, yeah,
If you ever want to
definitely.
start one, because I'm a huge lover of nonfiction, biographies, history, like fictional history, and or if we start one here, I'll let you know about it. Um,
Yeah, that was fun.
so I want to thank you again for joining me. And like, is there any last thoughts or anything else that you would like to share with the viewers who are watching about Girls Rock?
Well, one other thing that, you know, again, sorry,
It's
dog's
okay.
barking. Um, One other thing that we were able to do pre-COVID that we hope to be able to do maybe in 2022 or definitely by 2023 is we do have a ladies rock camp that we run as a fundraiser for
Ooh.
all of us who say, I wish that there had been something like this when I was growing up. Our
Okay.
ladies get to participate in the same way and have the same experience that our campers do, but we condense it and we do it over a 3-day weekend. And so they do what our campers do in a week or more, and we squish it all into a weekend, and it's an amazing experience.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Please keep me updated.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I would love to join that. And again, thank you so much for talking with me. I love seeing you here at the library, and I'm looking forward to all the cool videos of the girls at camp this summer. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. See you later.